Shalom, fam. It's your Moray, Jaden Israel. Welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. Live stream is going up on a Tuesday. And what it do, fam? What's good? Pull up in the chat. Let us know that you are here. Say shalom. Tonight we have an exclusive live stream. The title of today's live: Our ancestors in Africa had Hebrew names. Examining the evidence. We're going to look into that, family. But before we do, let me make sure everything is all right on my end. YouTube Studio says, excellent. All praises to Yah. Before we get into tonight's live, I got some gifts. I got some gifts for you, family. Check it out. You can get these gifts in the description. All you got to do is go below the description of this video. For example, I'll show you how to do it on screen. Right here, family, of the live. Let me hide my screen. All right, so you want to go below the video. Our ancestors in Africa had Hebrew names. Examining the evidence. Go ahead and get these free goodies right here. Your favorite four-letter F word, F-R-E-E, free. 30 words in Paleo Hebrew, Biblical Hebrew, and English. Video tutorial and free PDF download. Yahusha's Prayer, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and English. Video tutorial and free PDF download. The 10 Commandments in Hebrew and English. Video tutorial and free PDF download. The Shema prayer in Hebrew and English. Video, PDF, and the priestly blessing in Hebrew and English. The Benediction. You guessed it, video and PDF. Want to start learning Hebrew? I recommend the Hebrew Mastery Bundle. It's 2 courses put together in one. You get a discount. And at the end of the course, you will learn how to read, speak, write, and understand Hebrew. If you want to check out all courses, we have courses for children and adults. We also have Gematria, which is the numerical value for numbers. Want to earn side income? Keyword is earn. You earn income. Or when you're ready, you can replace your 9-to-5 by learning how to trade. Trading Mastery course. It's no free lunches, family. You learn a skill. My wife and I, we are stock market investors. All glory to Yah. Need Hebrew Israelite apparel? You need Kingdom Apparel, family? We got you. Go ahead and click on the link. Shop at Kavod. We got clothing for women, men, and children. Clothing for regular days and feast days. For example, you can get this shirt that I'm rocking right here. As you can see, you can get it at Kavod. Kavod is the name of the apparel brand. Kavod in Hebrew, it means honor, splendor, glory. That's right. Kavod means honor, splendor, glory. Kavod. Styled in legacy. Shalom. Unlock 20% off your order. For example, these beautiful couples t-shirts you see on screen, both shirts together can be 20% off. This is a typo. This really says 5.0. The customer's not always right. The left side are the categories. Right side is a sample of what we have. Go ahead and get your 20% off right here, family. Use this link. Use this link to get 20% off your order. If you like exclusive content, advanced biblical teachings, advanced biblical tools, if you'd like to see behind the scenes footage and bloopers and more, go ahead and get that exclusive content on the Patreon right here, family. Cash App, PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, and the YouTube Super Chat are ways you can support the ministry. My wife and I, we don't need it, but we appreciate it. Also, this channel is monetized. Here's our schedule. The Shabbat word, which is Sabbath service, Friday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Sabbath service includes prayer, praise music, and preaching. I'm a preacher, bro. That's what I do, family. I love to preach. All glory to God. Motivation Monday. Mondays at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Real Talk Tuesday. That's tonight. Open panel live streams Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Links once again. Trading course, Hebrew Mastery Bundle, Hebrew courses, Patreon, Kavod, Etsy, Cash App, PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, TikTok, IG, Facebook Meta, Jade and Jazz. That's my wife and I's channel. My wife and I, we speak about Black love, trending topics, celebrity news. It's a secular show. As the children of Yah, let's be balanced, not bummaklats. Also, if you'd like to contact me on my email, one condition: verify that you are not AI. And I'm not speaking about Allen Iverson. That's my favorite. Not to be confused with Allen Iverson, one of my favorite basketball players. All right, family. So that's the announcements. Our ancestors in Africa had Hebrew names. Examining the evidence. Are you familiar with that? Are you familiar with this claim? Have you looked into this? You can find on slavevoyages.org names that are Hebrew. Now we're going to look into it, family. I'm going to give my objective analysis of the names, and then I'm going to give my conclusion. But as we see on screen, our ancestors in Africa had Hebrew names. So I'm already given my conclusion based on the topic, based on the way I phrased the topic. But we're going to examine the evidence, family. We're going to actually look into it. And I like to hear what you think. Now, at this time, let's go ahead and share the screen. I have it in the back. This is from slavevoyages.org. Slavevoyages.org. Now, this is how you get here. If you'd like to follow along with me, or if you'd like to check this out on your own, family, you want to go to slavevoyages.org. And then go to, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the link to the page after we get through the names. I'm going to do that, family. That way we can look it together. We can view the names together. That's what I'm going to do, family. So at this time, we are going to go to where it says filter by name, like this, fam. Let me show you. Go to name. First, you got to go to, I'll just go ahead and say it. I'll do that, and I'll put the link in the chat after, but I'll go ahead and just read it off. So it's www.slavevoyages.org/past/enslaved/African origins people. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in. So yeah, it's kind of hard to read it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and type in, go to name right here, fam. Go to name. We're gonna type in Yah. And then what you want to do, you want to go to where it says configure columns right here. Go to names. It has it by ID. Now we're going to go ahead and put documented name. Just like that. Now this is showing one of 12 of 618 items. So we have 618 names listed. Let's go ahead and let's increase. It says 12 per page. Let's increase to 100 per page. It's a lot of names, family, 618. Now let's look into it. On the left side, I'll go ahead, I'll read the columns. You can go ahead and adjust it. It's got names, biodata. It's got names, ID, documented name, modern name, biodata, age, gender, height. It's got itinerary, voyage ID, slave name, embarkation region, disembarkation region, arrival date, fate, captive fate, post, disembark location, voyage outcome, enslavers, sources, connections. So it's broken up into columns: ID, documented name, age, gender, height, voyage ID, ship name, voyage outcome, connections, enslavers, embarkation, region, disembarkation post, disembarkation port, date of arrival, captive fate, post disembarkation location, sources. Hopefully I'm not making it confusing, family. I'm trying to make it as easy as I possibly can to access this website and to look in it. But I encourage you to look into this website on your own time, family. Now, we have 618 names that contain the name Yah. I repeat, 618 items, 618 names contain the name Yah. Like you see on my shirt, YAH, Yah. On slavevoyages.org, 618 names from our search have the name Yah. Now let's take a look, fam. It's a lot of names. Start from the left side. Now I'm not going to pronounce all the names just for the sake of time. That's a lot of names to read, fam. It's a lot, family. It's a lot. But I'd like to show you, for example, the first name, Fakiya, Yah at the end of the name says Yah. You can also click on the names to get the information, fam. So we see Yah. Yah is a theophoric name. Theophoric name means a name that has the name of God in it. Theophoric name means a name that has the name of God in it. The name that has God in it, a theophoric name. Faki Yah, we see Yah at the end. Right here. Achiyami or Yahiyame, I'm not sure how you say that, but Yah is in the middle. Biyah, Yah's at the end. We also see Yah right here. Yahbisiya. Yah is at the beginning of the name. So far, we've looked at 4 names, and already Yah is in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the names. Now, before I continue with the names, the reason why I'm covering This topic tonight, our ancestors in Africa had Hebrew names. Our ancestors, before our ancestors were brought to the Americas through chattel slavery, our ancestors had Hebrew names, and we are examining the evidence. Family, this is the evidence. The reason why I'm bringing out this live stream tonight is because it's Black history. It's quote unquote Black history. I say quote unquote because February ain't Black History Month. Every month is Black history. You know that's right. Every month, every day is Black history. And they're going to give us the shortest month. But that's all right. I'm thankful. I appreciate it. And since it's Black History Month, we're going to look into our history. And tonight we are going beyond 1619. Well, to be technical, some of these names, a lot of these names actually are after 1619, but we are going to look into our history before our ancestors were brought to the Americas. 1619, we've been taught that's when our history started. But family, our history started before 1619, before chattel slavery. So since it's Black History Month, I like to get into our heritage, family. Let's look into this. All glory to Yah. Praise Yah. So we see right here, we'll just scroll through the names. Yah's in the middle, the N. Right here, as we can see, the N. Oya, Iya, Ayani, Doyama. So already I'm looking at these names. Iya, Otaya, Yabo, Agulia, Miyafia, Agutoya, Iyatia, Boya, Lahneya, Barkeya, Okia. And I'm looking at these names already, family, and I can tell just by looking at them, they're theophoric. They have the name YAH, which is a transliteration of Yod Hey Wow. Yod is equivalent to Y in Hebrew. Hey is equivalent to H in Hebrew. You put it together, you have Yah. Y, Yod Hey makes up Yah. And looking at these names, they appear to be hybrid names. It's beautiful that we are tapping into Hebrew, to biblical Hebrew, but just looking at the way how the names are spelled, it appears that these are hybrid names. They have the name of the creator, Yah, which is Hebrew, and also it has what I would analyze as other African language. It has other African linguistics. So I'm looking at these names and I can tell they're not, when I say pure Hebrew, I say that it's not biblical Hebrew names, but they're hybrid names. These names are a mixture of Hebrew and other African languages or language. Mia, as we can see, Barbanya, Bardia. Now this right here, family, this is, I got to say this, looking at this website, This to me is not just an intellectual exercise, family. This makes me proud and it makes me sad at the same time. I don't know how this makes you feel. How does this make you feel, family? When you see these names on slavevoyages.org, how do you feel? When you see these names on slavevoyages.org, how do you feel? I feel proud and I feel sad at the same time. I feel mixed emotions. I'll start with the sad first. It's sad because, family, we are looking at an obituary. We are looking at our ancestors being captured. We're looking at the records of chattel slavery. We're looking at the records of slavery, of oppression. And at the same time, I feel proud just knowing that the fingerprints of Torah, of Israelite culture, of Israelite heritage is found on this website. The DNA of Torah, the DNA of Torah, the DNA of Torah is found on slavevoyages.org. So I feel mixed emotions. I feel sadness and I feel gladness. How does this make you feel? Now, let's look at this name right here, family. Bardia on the left. This is fascinating. Bardia. It has ID number, her documented name, Bardia, age 26, gender female, height 61 inches. I believe is it inches or is it? It just says 61. Let's see. Can we find that out or is it? Let's see. Okay, let me go back to the name. I apologize for that, family. Right here. Okay. Whoa, whoops. Did I do something? Let's see. Oh yeah, I did. Let's go back. Yeah, let me add that back in there. I apologize, fam. Facts and facts. Thank you so much. Thank you for your donation. All glory to Yah. I appreciate the donation. All glory, all praises, all kavod to Yah. Appreciate that. We're looking into our heritage, family. Tonight's topic: our ancestors in Africa had Hebrew names. Examining the evidence. So far, we've looked at a few names, and we see the name Yah at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of our ancestors' names. For example, this name right here, family, and I have mixed emotions looking at this. I feel sadness and I feel gladness. We're looking at our ancestors here being captured. But even though through this horrific, evil time, the DNA of Torah is found on this website, and it's found in the name YAH, Yah. Bardia, right here, family. Bardia, age 26, female, height 61, voyage ID, right here. Ship name, voyage outcome. Court a mixed commission, Sierra Leone, condemns. Embarkation region, Sherbro. Disembarkation port, Freetown. Date of arrival, 1839. Captive fate, given liberated African status, Freetown. Post disembarkation location. Now the name right here, Bardia, in Aramaic, bar means sun. In Aramaic, bar means sun. Bar means sun. Yah is the name of the creator. Says documented name, Bardia, modern name, Bia. You guys see that? You guys see the change from the documented name to modern name? Bar in Aramaic means sun. Yah is the name of the creator. Now, gender, female. So you may think this is interesting. Jaden, are you saying that? What are you saying, Jaden? Well, this is just me giving my analysis. The name bar means sun, but check it. Hebrew and Aramaic, when you say sun, it doesn't necessarily have to be a male. I repeat, the word bar does not have to mean a male. Bar, which means sun, also can refer to as a female. It's the way how Hebrew and Aramaic work. I'll give you, for example, another example. The word ben means sun. Ben means sun in Hebrew. Bar means sun in Aramaic. Ben and bar both mean sun, but they both can refer to a female. Check it. The phrase children of Israel in Hebrew is Bnei Yisrael. Bnei Yisrael. Son, children of Israel is Bnei Yisrael. Technically, it can mean sons, because when you say Bnei, it means sons in Hebrew, but it also could refer to as children. It can refer to as a female or a male. It's the way how Hebrew and Aramaic work. So when you want to speak about a child, you can use the word bar. Bar can mean child. The word ben, which means son, also can mean child. So another way to look at this name, Bardia, here's another is my analysis. Bardia can mean child of Yah. It means son of Yah. Just an observation, family. Now let's go down. Let's look through more names, family. But like as we said, a lot of these names here, the majority of the names that we see so far are hybrid names. They have Hebrew because they have the name Yah throughout the names, the beginning, the middle, and the end. But also there's other parts of the name that I can't tell you definitively what it means. It says right here, Quadia. I don't know exactly what quad means, but I know this is a hybrid name just by looking at the nature of it. That's my conclusion. Portia, Mia, Ocordia, Damardia, Cobardia. I'm not going to read every name, family, but I'll go ahead and just scroll through these names. There's 100 per page. Kamaya, Baya, which looks like Bardiats, Baya. Modern name, Bia, male. Ya, we see at the beginning. Manya, we see Ya at the end. See it at the end. Naya. This is amazing, family. See, Yah is all through. The beginning, the middle. And I'm just keeping it 100 with you, fam. Keeping it a buck. We ain't got a lie to kick it. These names, to me, they appear to be hybrid names. So to me, I come to the conclusion that at some point, our ancestors intermingled, assimilated, or amalgamated with other Africans surrounding them. There are a plethora of records of Israelites living throughout Africa, throughout East Africa, North Africa, South Africa, Central Africa, and West Africa. Eventually, at some point, there would be some mixing. And these names indicate there have been some mixing. Mikaya, Mikaya, family, this name right here stands out to me. I don't know about you. Let me know what you think, family. But I'm looking at this name right here, Mikaya. Let's click on it. It says modern name, Mukaya, age 19, female, height 59. Here's the rest of the information. Embarkation port. Cabinda. And then disembarkation port, Freetown. Date of arrival, 1844. We're going to see that word Freetown a lot. You're going to see Freetown. You're going to see Freetown, which is referring to Freetown, Sierra Leone. Now, Freetown was like a headquarters for the British Empire. The British set up shop. They operated their headquarters in Freetown. And it says Freetown, but was it really free? Now, I encourage you to do your research on Freetown, Sierra Leone. I may reference it, but I encourage you to read about Freetown, Sierra Leone. Read from Britannica. That's a good place to check out the history of Freetown. And even though Freetown did not engage in chattel slavery, I repeat, Freetown did not engage in chattel slavery, especially at this point, it was still oppression. Our ancestors who were captured and brought to Freetown, Deep down inside, family, it really wasn't free. Generally speaking, Freetown brought forth oppression. There was still a form of, it wasn't chattel slavery, but it was oppression. I encourage you to look at Freetown, family. It's not what the name indicates. However, even though Freetown did not operate in chattel slavery, our ancestors were still oppressed. Our ancestors who were brought to Freetown still had to face oppression. They had to do things against their will. Whether if it was hard labor, whether if it was indentured servitude, whether it was fighting in the military. Remember, our ancestors were captured and brought throughout the diaspora. Right here it says Cambinda. Let's go back to the name, family. Let me go back slow. Right here, documented name, Micaiah. Micaiah in Hebrew means who is like Yah. I repeat, Micaiah in Hebrew means who is like Yah. Don't it sound like Mikael? Mikael? Mikael. Mikael means who is like God. And then you have the canned Boosie version, Michael. Don't diss if your name is Michael. You know I love you. But that name is extremely overrated. There's too many Michaels and there's too many Mikes. Wow. I gotta say shalom to my bro, Zoom Play. Shalom, shalom. I'm man, I'm sorry that had to happen. Wow. That's what got him under his skin? That's all it took for him to lose it? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. I hope that, man, I hope, we avoid these situations like this. I don't want to see you get caught up in these situations. Man, I bet. I haven't had that happen to me. I haven't had nobody punch me just for embracing our heritage as Israelites. I've got verbal cursing, but I've never experienced that. And I'm sorry that you had to experience that. But yeah, for sure. You say you're feeling like Jeremiah the prophet. I've got to highlight that. You still was able to throw some humor in there. All glory to Yah. Yeah, I don't argue with people on the street. I'm not saying you was arguing in Zoom Play. I'm not saying that at all. But I know how sensitive people are. I know how crazy people are. And I don't even like arguing with people on the internet, but in person, I know you out there in New York, in the New York area. I'm over here in Stockton, so we in some crazy places. But man, that's crazy. But as we see this name right here, Micaiah, which it looks like who is like Yah. Micah is who is like, and then Yah, which is similar to Mikael, which means who is like God, or Michael. Shout out to you if your name is Michael. Now, embarkation port. This is where Micaiah was picked up. This is where This is where she was picked up. This is where she left from. Cabinda is, well, the Cabinda province is in Angola. Cabinda is in Angola. It's in Angola, family. And Angola contains historical record of Israelites living in Angola. Did you know that there were Israelites living in Angola? That's right. We have records before the transatlantic slave trade of Israelites living in Angola. And the word Angola itself sounds like Gola, Gola, Gullah. All right. Let's hear some more names, family. Let's get through. Let's continue. We see Boria, Keya, Yawo. Wow, this is really this is fascinating as well, family. Yawo. This name has Yod Hey Wow. Yod Hey Wow. It has Yod Hey Wow. Yod Hey Wow is the first three letters of Yod Hey Wow Hey. Keta is in Ghana. Yawo. And notice in the modern name, they dropped the Y, but documented name, Yawo. Keta is in Ghana. He was taken from Ghana and sent to Freetown. And like I said, Freetown, they did not engage in chattel slavery, but they engaged in oppression. Our people were still oppressed there. So technically it wasn't free. But I encourage you to look into Freetown, Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leone also has record of Israelites living there, living in Freetown. The word Ghana is a Shemitic term. Ghana. We find it in Babylon and Timbuktu. Ghana means gold. It also means like a chief, like a war chief or king or ruler. It also means gold. But Ghana also means to protect. It comes from the Hebrew. Ghana is connected to the Hebrew word gan, which means garden. Gan is garden. So Ghana, it means to protect. It has a Hebrew connection. All right. The word for shield in Hebrew is magain, which has the root gan. Ganan. Ganan means to protect. To shield, to cover, to protect. Ganan means to shield, to cover, to protect. And the word Ghana refers to a war chief. What does a war chief do? What does a war chief do? What does a king, what does a ruler do? They protect. So Ghana is connected to the Hebrew word Ganan. It even sounds alike. Ghana, Ganan. Ghana referring to the country, and Ganan, the Hebrew verb, meaning to protect. And Gan means garden in Hebrew, which is something that is closed off or circled, something that is protected. Now, let's continue. Let's go, fam. This is really fascinating. Like I said, I got mixed emotions. Look at this website. It makes me feel sad and glad at the same time. I'm proud, but sad because this is This is like a habituary. This is like a habituary. This is our ancestors being captured. But even though they were captured, the DNA of Torah is found in their names. Aboya, Kamaya, Kamaya, Kamaya. Age 9 years old. 9 years old, fam. All right, let's continue. Right here, family, we see the name Yah all throughout. The beginning of the name, the end of the name, and even in the middle of the name. Bardia, another person with the same name. Bardia, from the Bites of Benin. Bites of Benin, Nigeria. The Bites of Benin is in Nigeria. We have record of Israelites living in Nigeria. We have record of Israelites living in Ghana. We have record of Israelites living in Angola. I'm just connecting the dots, fam. I can see. They were taken from the Bight of Benin and brought to Freetown. Captive fate, given liberated African status. But like I said, look into the history of Freetown. Look into that, fam. And Bardia, it means son. Bar means son. Yah is the name of the creator. But son, it can refer to both genders. It can refer to a male. Generally, it refers to a male. Generally, it refers to a male. Yes, I ain't got a lot to kick it. But it can refer to a female as well. I'm just throwing what I'm observing. I'm just sharing what I observe, family. And you be the judge. Here's some more names. Another person, Bardia, and this person right here is a male. Bardia. Bardia means son of Yah in Aramaic. Bar means son in Aramaic. Embarkation, the Congo. Yahya. Have you seen this name before? Yahya. I've came across Israelites with the name Yahya. You said no sound? Is there really no sound? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, type 1. If you can hear me, type 1. Maybe it just went in and went out. But if there's no sound, let me know. That way I can adjust, because I'm looking and my screen indicates there's sound, but I can't hear. So let me know, family, if you can hear me. Type 1 if you can hear me. But as we see this name right here, Yahya. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All glory. Now, Yahya. I've come across Israelites with the name Yahya. They were taken from the Bight of Benin, which is Nigeria, and brought to Freetown, 1847. Yah. See that, fam? Yah. Oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I want to go ahead and mention this again. We have Bar Yah right here. And then there was another person by the same name right here, and they're male. And this actually coincides with Hebrew because the word son can refer to a male or a female. Typically, it refers to a male, yes. But like, for example, when we say Bnei Yisrael, it means sons of Israel, but it also can mean children of Israel. It can refer to males and females. All right. Yah, let's click on Yah 26 male from Nigeria. Yah was from Nigeria. We have record of Israelites live in Nigeria. We have the Igbo live in Nigeria. We have record of Israelites living in Nigeria. Now, let me speed this up, family, because I know I can be long-winded. All right. Now we're on page 2. Well, 618 names. We're at 101 to 100. We're going to look through 101 to 200. Beginning here, fam. See, we see Yah all throughout. The beginning, the middle, and the end. And I can just tell by looking at these names, from my opinion, they appear to be hybrid. They're Hebrew hybrid names. Akaya, and we see some. We see some with the same name, or are spelled very similar, or the same exact spelling. Aya, Yatai. This is fascinating, y'all. This is fascinating, fam. Akia. Look at that name, fam. Akia. Akia. That sounds like my brother is Yah. Aki or Akia, which is an actual Hebrew name. It's an actual name in the Bible, Akia. Yeah, the Strong's number is. I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen. Check this out. Coincidence? Or what you think, fam? Like, from my opinion, these names are hybrid names. They're mixture names. They're a mixture of Israelite, they're a mixture of Hebrew and other African languages. And notice I said other African because Hebrew is African. Hebrew is Afro-Asiatic. But then right here, Akia, check this out. Akia, Achia. Achia. Go back. Achia. Spelled differently, but it looks like there's a connection there. At least there's a connection by the way it sounds. Achia means brother of Jah. Brother, i.e. worshiper of Jah. From H251, Ach, meaning brother, and H3050, Yah, Lord. Or prolonged from Ach and Yah, brother, i.e. worshiper of Jah. Achia, the name of 9 Israelites. And you have reference of, here are the references throughout the scriptures. Right here, fam. 1 Kings, 1 Samuel, 1 Chronicles, Nehemiah. Yah is my brother. What you think, fam? Oh, let me go ahead. My bad. Right here. Achia, right here. Brother, i.e. worshiper of Jah. Achia, the name of 9 Israelites. Brother, i.e. worshiper of Jah. Achia, the name of 9 Israelites. From Ach and Yah. Right here. And then here are the references once again. 1 Samuel, Kings. 1 Samuel, 1 Kings, 1 Chronicles, Nehemiah. It's fascinating, fam. All right. All right, all right. Let's see. Can everybody see? Yes, yes. Oh, let me go ahead and go back to 100 per page. There we go. Wow. Yep, Akia right here. This is where we left off. As you can see, the name Yah is found in the beginning, the middle, and the end. And these names appears to be a mixture of Hebrew and other African names. Let's go to result 3. So now we're looking at 201 to 300 of 618 names. So we're almost halfway, family. If you like the content, like, share, and subscribe, family. We appreciate the support. If you like the content, if you find this valuable, like the video. Please show your support. We appreciate it. We are providing evidence that our ancestors in Africa had Hebrew names, examining the evidence. And this is all out of love and honesty, family. I got love for everybody. I'm an Israelite. that loves everybody. I'm mulatto, I'm mixed, I'm light skinned. I'm about peace, unity, and love. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. They don't take my kindness for weakness now. Let's continue. Let's get some more, family. Let's look into the evidence. And let's gotta remember, these are our people, family. These, and even if you're not an Israelite or of African descent, these are individuals, family. So let as humans, let's have sympathy, let's have empathy. Let's be compassionate, family. All right. So we're about halfway through. We're almost halfway through. Scroll through the names. As we can see, many of the names are hybrid like names. Binya, 18, male, 63.5, height. He was taken from Gabon. Family, we have record of Israelites living in Gabon. You can find that in the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. Look into that book. I encourage you to purchase Babylon to Timbuktu. From Babylon to Timbuktu. Shout out to the legend, Rudolph R. Windsor. In that book, we see that Israelites lived in Gabon. Gabon is near Angola. It's near Angola. Check it. We have record of Israelites living in Gabon. Disembarkation, Freetown, 1835, Sierra Leone, port unspecified. Captive fate. He transitioned. The name Binya in Hebrew means son of Yah. Son is Ben. Yah is God's name. Binya, son of Yah. Or it can be translated as child of Yah. Binya. Also, for those of Gullah descent, for those of Gullah culture, those who are tapped into Gullah culture, you know that Binya is a term of endearment that is used in Gullah culture, in Gullah culture. Binya is a term of endearment. Gullah in Slika, Gullah Geechee culture. Binya means been here, but it also refers to somebody. You refer to somebody as Binya as a term of endearment, as a friend, as somebody that you speak to. When you refer to a person as a Binya, that's like saying friend or partner or homie. Binya. So Binya is a Gullah Geechee word, and Binya is a Hebrew word, which means son of Yah. And we have record of Israelites from Gabon. We have Israelites recorded during the time of the Luango Empire. We had Luango Jews. Israelites. Some more names, family. Yah, we've seen. There's another person by the name Yah. Achia. Achia, right here, which looks like my brother's Yah or Ach, brother, Yah. So we see names that are similar and some are the same. Well, family, this is beyond, and this is not an intellectual exercise. That's to say to the least. This is family, this is profound. We are looking into our heritage. It's all glory to Yah. Inaya. Inya. Odia. 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 Maybe there's a connection, but I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb. Odia. It sounds like there's a connection. Okay, let me go back. One second, family. Let's see. Odia. Now, this is me just going out on a limb, but it kind of looks like I will praise Yah. It kind of looks like I will praise Yah, but I'm not saying that definitive. I'm just sharing that there's a somewhat of a connection. There's a connection in the way how it sounds. Odia, I will praise Yah. I'm not saying it means. Odia sounds like Odeya, Odeya, Odeya. I will praise Yah. I'm not saying it definitively is, but there may be something there. Or I will thank Yah. I will thank Yah. Go ahead and share my screen on, well, should I? Let's see. Yeah, I'll share my, well, no, I'll just leave it there. But I'll just say that Odeya, that there might be a connection, but I'm not going to the casino on that one. But there may be something there, family. But let me know what you think. Let's go back. Right here. Odeya. Is there a connection? What you think, family? Odeya? or Odeya in a Hebrew name for girls, written as Odeya, I will thank God or thanks to God. But in Hebrew, names names, the name right here, Odeya, if you ask me, it's not restricted to just a female. It can be, males can have that name as well, because Odeya means I will thank Yah. It's a compound word. It's a compound word. So it doesn't have to be a female name, but you know, this is AI overview, so you're going to get an overview. But technically, from a Hebraic standpoint, Odeya could refer to a male or a female. It doesn't have to be a female. Now let's go back. Is there a connection? You be the judge, fam. Odeya right here. Male. From Bani. I'm guessing this is from Nigeria. From Nigeria. Southern Nigeria. So he was from southern Nigeria. Bani. Or this is where he was taken. He was taken from Bani, southern Nigeria. With a name like Odeya, which could mean, or could be similar to, or connected to, possibly, I will thank Yah. All right, family. Now we're gonna fly through the names a little quicker. I'm sorry for stretching it out, but I've looked through these names before, but every time I look at it, it's just family. I just get lost for words. Okay, let's go. I gotta do this again. Let me hide the screen. That way I don't hurt your eyes. I can get back to where I left off. Odeya. Almost there. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, fam. All right, let's continue. Akaya. Is it? See, you got similar names, family. We've seen Akiya. We've seen Ahya. Or Ahya. We've seen similar names. Kanya. Let's go to result 4. So now we're approaching over half. We're over halfway. Yardia. Oyoya. Baya. Kunya. Baya. As we can see, Yah is found throughout the names. In the middle, Yah is found in the middle, is found in the beginning, is found in the end. And we can go even deeper, family, but I'm just, for the sake of time, I'm going through it, you know. So I'm trying to take my time. I'm trying to speed up at the same time. It's like I'm trying to. Alaya, that sounds like some of these names do sound Hebrew. Like the Alaya. When I say Hebrew, I'm speaking pure Hebrew because they're Hebrew. But I see their mixture. It's like a mixture. It's a hybrid Hebrew names. These are hybrid Hebrew names, but Alaya kind of looks like Aliyah. Aliyah. And Alaya, I mean, it could mean this. Yah is ascended, or Yah is high. Yah is above. It could mean that. Alea is the modern name. But Aliyah, the singer, that's a Hebrew name, family. And Aliyah means ascended. It means ascended. It also means upper room. It's like a going up, ascension. So technically, this may be the same name or it's connected. And you got to keep in mind, family, that in linguistics, it's common to see this. When you go from one language to the other, a vowel might change. Hey, even a consonant might change. I'll give an example. Here's a modern example. The word for the Sabbath in Hebrew is Shabbat, 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 which means the Sabbath. However, in Spanish, it's Sabado, 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 Shabbats. They're connected. But the word Shabbat, it begins with sh, that sound, sh, where Sabado is a s. But they still are sibilant letters. They make sh. They're S sounding letters. And then also Shabbat, it ends with the last consonant is a T. And in Spanish, the last consonant for Sabado is D. In other words, the letters T and D are connected. The letters T and D are connected. They're dental letters. T and D are dental letters. And like I said, sh, the sound sh, the shin in Hebrew, and s, the S sound, they are sibilant letters. They involve making the S sound. So it's common to see when you translate one word from one language to the other, a vowel might change, a consonant might change. So I say that to say this. When you look at the word Alaya, it has the name of the creator in it right here. Yah. And when you look at this name, Allah is a verb that means to go up, to ascend. So this could be connected to the word Aliyah, Aliyah, the singer Aliyah, which is a Hebrew word, which means ascension. Yah is above. Yah ascended. Yah is above. Possibly this is what this could mean. What I'm bringing out is that this is a connection here. There's a connection here. As we see, she was 11 years old. It says captive fate, a princess. And if you're wondering where Real Noon is in Nigeria. Let me highlight over it. She was taken. Aliyah, Alaya, Alaya. Alaya, Aliyah, Alea. Yah is ascended, or Yah ascend. Yah ascended. Ascension. She was 11, female. Real Noon was where she was taken. Real Noon, also known as Noon River, is located in Bayelsa State, Nigeria. It is formed with the Niger River, splits into two and it goes on and on. I'm just reading overview, reading the overview, family. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to 100. I don't think we got too far on this list. We're over halfway. Yes. Yeah, right here. Alaya, Yehya, that looks Hebrew. Aya. Well, all these names are Hebrew, but a lot of them, most of them are mixture appearing names. Appearing. Kenya. It says Kenya right here, family. Kenya. Oh, whoops. Oh, reset. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. My bad, fam. Let me go off screen. Let me go back to where I was. I want to hurt your eyes. My bad. I shouldn't have did that. Okay, here we go. Kenya, which it looks like, is it pure Hebrew? When I say Hebrew, I'm talking pure Hebrew. It's possible, but most of these names appear to be mixed names, to be hybrid names. Yeah, Kenya right here. Anya, Yah, another person with the name Yah, Y-A-H. Nigeria, Calabar is in Nigeria. Yah was taken from Calabar. Yah was taken from Calabar, which is Nigeria. Amanea, that's possibly sounding. Aman means like to confirm. Also, we get the word amen, like amen. Like when we say amen, like when we do a prayer, or when we close a prayer, we'll say amen, aman, amanea. Maybe this means it has to do with like faith or confirm, because emuna means faith in Hebrew. Amanea, Yah is faithful. Yah establishes. Yah is like, well, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing possible connections, but I'm not, not trying to do too much, but there might be a possible connection there. Just looking at it linguistically. Looking at the consonants, there may be a connection. Yahweh, as we can see, this is Yod Hey Wow. We got Yod Hey Wow, Yahweh, 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 Yod Hey Wow. Embarkation region. Galinhas. Galinhas. Brazil. Coast of Brazil. Our people are scattered everywhere, family. Everywhere. Throughout the Americas. Not just the United States of America. Okaya. As we see Yah throughout the names. And I've been aware of this website for years, family. Like when I was learning about the truth and I ran into this information, I've seen Israelites pull this out before, but I had to go through it myself and to really look into it. Because I've heard other Israelites bring out that our ancestors had Hebrew names, but I had to just check myself. And it was important for me to actually learn Hebrew so that I can double check and see if there are connections. And we are seeing connections. These are Hebraic names. They're Hebrew hybrid names. But yes, I definitely see the connection. But I'm not telling you what you must believe. I'm not telling you to agree with me, family. That's not how I get down. Just looking at the information, looking at it objectively, that name Yah is fixed. Y-A-H. We see changes with the modern name, but the documented name, it's Y-A-H. We don't see no remixing. And this is the records that we do have. So the names that we do have don't record all the names of our ancestors that had Yah in their names. These are just the records that we have. Alaya, another person with the same name. Lagos. As in Lagos, Nigeria. It says Lagos, Omin. Let's confirm that. Onim. Yes, Onim was an early name for Lagos, Lagos, Nigeria, specifically referring to the 15th and 19th century settlement located in Lagos Island in the surrounding coastal area of the Bight of Benin in the Gulf of Guinea. And they had a Hebrew name, Alaya, Nigeria. And this is a male. And that's how Hebrew works. Hebrew names can refer to as male and female. There's actual record in the Tanakh of Israelites where an Israelite had The same name. They were a male and they were a female, and they had the same name. We have record of this in the Tanakh. Banya, which is there a connection? Is a connection with Binya? Is there, or is this another word? Is it connected to Benaya or Banya to build, like Yah built, or just seeing if there's any correlation here? Just looking at it. Binya, another Binya right here. B-E-N-Y-A-H. Binya. Binya, which is a Galagichi term, which means been here, but also Binya means child of Yah or son of Yah. Male. They were taken from Lil Basa. Let me get the location. I don't remember off the top of the dome. I looked into this before, family. Lil Basa is in Liberia. West Africa, Liberia. So we have Binya, who was from Gabon. We have historical record of Israelites living in Gabon. And also Binya, which we see on screen, he was taken from Lil Basa, which is in Liberia. And we have record of Israelites living in Liberia in West Africa. Biya right here. Bihya. Beya. All right. Now we're going to look at 501 to 600. And down the stretch we come. Let's go, fam. Am I on screen? Yeah, I'm on screen. Here we go. I find this fascinating too, because, like, for example, this right here, Jinya. Notice that the first letter starts with J, but then Yah's not changed to J. Yah is Yah. There's no change in the Y. But then there's the letter J. Her name starts with J. I think that's very fascinating. We know there's not a letter J in Hebrew, but YAH is the name of the creator and is the Hebrew name for the creator, Yah. So even through the mixing of culture, of linguistics, the name Yah did not change. It stayed fixed. See, I'm seeing certain patterns like Akiya. That seems kind of like Akiyaka. Seems like there's a pattern here. Another pattern. Akideya. Akideya. So certain patterns like this, like some of the names are similar. Just the way how they're spelled. Yatai. Ahmanya. Yaakov. Yod Hey Wow. YAHW. Yahoo. Yahoo. Let me see their current name. Let's see their modern name. It's not rendered. Cuella. Look at this name right here. Yawoa. Kind of sounds like Yahoah. Yawoa. Female. He was 28. From Ouida. Uida, Judah. See that, family? Yahweh, which sounds like Yahuwah or Yahuwah. Yahuwah. She was 28, female. She was taken from Uida, Judah. Wow. And a lot of us Israelites, we're familiar with Uida, the map Uida, where the natives of Uida said that they're from the tribe of Judah. Therefore, it was called Uida because the Portuguese who settled there, they had a hard time pronouncing the name. So it was called Uida, Ouda. They're trying to pronounce Judah, the kingdom of Judah. And we see there the map. I've showed the map on my lesson of the kingdom of Judah, of Uida. On my lesson, Black history is Hebrew history. I did that video a couple years ago. Ouida is a coastal city in Benin, West Africa. Right here, family. But if you want to see the map where it says Ouida, Kingdom of Judah, go ahead and check out my lesson. Black history is Hebrew history. They were taken from Ouida, the Kingdom of Judah, from Judah in Benin, which is West Africa, near Nigeria. And they were taken to Freetown. They settled in Sierra Leone. Yahweh. Oluya. That kind of sounds like there may, yeah, there's connection there. Or you definitely a connection with the name Yah, but we see the connection, family. We're doing our research. We're looking into this. Yahweh, Yod Hey Wow, female, from Ouida, from Judah, modern day Benin. It served as the capital of the kingdom of Ouida before being conquered by Dahomey in 1727. Ouida. Ouda. Sorry about that. I'm going a little fast. Onia. And it looks like one Yah. One Yah. Like we want to like Englishify it. We want to Englishify it. It looks like one Yah, like just one Yah. But Onea, Cameroon's river. Wow. Adaya, Yahya. And we see the name of the creator twice. Yahya. Yah is Yah. Yahya. Female, 18. I wonder where that's at. Let me type in. Where is that, family? It says but how you say that? Badagri? Appa? Location. Okay, so it says Appa is a historic ancient community located in the northwest of the Badagry division within the Lagos state of Nigeria. Nigeria. So she's from so she was taken from Nigeria and brought to Freetown. Captive Fate, she was sent out of Sierra Leone. Her name, Yah. Yah is Yah. God is God. Boya, Adahya, Taya, Okanya. And we could go even deeper in drawing more connections, but just for the sake of time, family, I'm going to speed up a little bit. I keep saying that. It's a cliche. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Akabeya, Okabeya, Yala, Aya, Adaya, Keya, Yakomba, Adaya, Adaya, Adaya. In Hebrew, Adaya means adorn, or Yah is adorn. Ada, like to adorn. Right here, let's find out where Adaya was taken. Female, she was 29. Location, let's get the location of that. Ano Mabu. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. Whoops. Southern Ghana. She was taken from Southern Ghana and brought to Freetown, Sierra Leone. Adaya. Yah has adorned. Yah's ornament. So let's get this name right here. Adaya. Check this out, family. Adaya. From Southern Ghana. Ghana is connected to Hebrew. Ghana means war chief, protector, king. And in Hebrew, the word Ganan means to protect. Magain means shield. Magain has the root word of Magain is Ganan, which means to protect. What does the ruler does? What does the king do? They protect. There's a connection. Let's go to Adaya in Hebrew. Let me show you on screen. This is pretty fascinating. This is a biblical Hebrew name. If you don't believe me, check this out. You be the judge. Adaya or Adayahu. Adaya. You see that, family? You guys see that? Adaya. From Ada, to pass on, and Yah, Yah, Yah. Jah has adorned. Jah has adorned. Adayah, the name of 8 Israelites. And right here, Yah has adorned, has ornamented himself, the name of a number of Israelites. And there's results in 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, Nehemiah, Ezra. There it is, family. Adayah. Adayah. And right here. Adayah. She was 29. Taken from Ano Mabu, which is in southern Ghana. Ghana is also a Hebrew cognate word. All right, the results got messed up. Let me go ahead and go off to the side. Let me get to it. It's a lot of names, so let me scroll down and get to Adayah. Yah has adorned. So some of these names happen to be pure Hebrew names. But many of these names, we can look at it and I draw the conclusion they're hybrid names. Either way, we see the name, Yah. Therefore, these names are Hebrew. I'll go ahead and put the screen back on right here. I know we're getting close. I remember Adayah right here. Yah has adorned. Daya. Yahya, another person, female, right here. She was 9 years old. Yahya. From southern Ghana. Taken from southern Ghana. Yahya. Ahubega. See, some of these names, man, I want to go even deeper, fam, but for the sake of time, look at this right here. Look at this. Yahya. Yahweh. 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 Family, one of the ways to say the Creator's name in biblical Hebrew is right here. Yahweh. 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 When you learn biblical Hebrew, sometimes you're going to pronounce the Creator's name. Sometimes you're going to pronounce the Creator's name, Yahweh. A female, she was 26. From Po. Let me find out where that's at. Southwestern Benin. Possibly. Grand Popo is a coastal city and commune in southwestern Benin, West Africa. Yahweh. Yahweh. Another female by the name of Yahweh. From the same place. Another person. Another female from the same, taken from the same location, and another female taken from the same location, and yeah, another from the same location. Yahweh, Yahmi, and here's the last page right here. Last one right here, family. Last one. 601 and 618. Yahoo. Yahoo. Yod hey wow. Yod hey or Yod hey. Yod hey. Yod hey. Yahoo. And one of the ways to say the Creator's name is Yahoo. Right here, fam. Yahoo. Age 26, male. From Bonnie. From Bonnie. Bonnie location. Nigeria. Bonnie Island, Nigeria. So not only are we seeing that the names are Hebrew, but the places where they were taken, the places where they were taken and the region where the boats embarked were in places where Israelites lived. The name matches, the names match, and the locations match. The names and the locations indicate our ancestors are of Hebrew heritage. Achia, another person by the name of Achia, possibly my brother is Yah, as in worshiper of Yah, female. From the same location, Nigeria. Hanya. Now this is interesting. Hanya. Could this mean grace, like Chen? Hananya. Is there a connection there? Henya. What you think, fam? And it's fascinating because when you translate one language to another, you're going to have variations in consonants and in vowels. Sometimes you'll lose a letter, sometimes you'll add a letter. Sometimes you'll lose a consonant, sometimes you'll add a consonant. Sometimes you'll lose a vowel, sometimes you will add a vowel. So Hanya, does this mean Yah is favor or Yah is graceful or gracious? Because in Hebrew it's Chen, but here it's Henya, Hanya. Right here, Beneya. In Hebrew, Beneya means Yah built. Now in biblical Hebrew, it's Benayah. But like I said, when you deal with Hebrew, when you deal with linguistic changes from one language to another, and also when you deal with, not necessarily even that, but also when you deal with migration and when you deal with time and migration, you're going to get variation with the vowels and even the consonants. So when we look at this word Benayah, it looks like the Hebrew word Benayah, which means Yah built. And let me go ahead and show you that name. Yah built. Right here. Let me share my screen. Benayah. Benayahu or Benayah. 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 Benayah or Benayahu. Benayah. Comes from Bana, built, and Yah. Yah has built. Benayah, the name of 12 Israelites. We got results in 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 1 Chronicles, Ezra, Benaiah appears and sounds like Benaiah. 19, she was female. Calabar, which is Calabar. Let me type that again. I don't want to get the wrong location. I don't want to guess. I don't want to try to be tight and get the wrong place. Just do my due diligence. City of Nigeria. City in Nigeria. Nigeria. Benaiah was from Nigeria. Calabar is in Nigeria. She was taken from Nigeria. Benaiah, which means Yah built. In biblical Hebrew, it's Benaiah, Yah built. All right, fam. So let's see. Whoops. Let me go 100. We're coming to a close. Yeah, right here. Benaiah. All right, family. So this is from slavevoyages.org. If you like to see this, let me go ahead and share with you the link. That way you can check it out and you can double check my information. Here's the link. I'll also give you instructions too on how to do it. I'm gonna put it all in the chat. Hopefully it can all fit in the chat. Let me try this. So if you're interested in viewing the names for yourself on slavevoyages.org, this is how you can do it. Let me go ahead and, oh, you know what? I have to break it up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break it up. I'm going to send the link first. Right here. You can see our ancestors listed with Yah in their names on the website right here. Right here, family. And then what you want to do after that, you want to click on tab, name, where it says filter by text, type in Yah. And lastly, this is what you want to do, fam. Right here. Click on configure column, names, check documented and modern names. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat and everybody listening online. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's make sure we love Yah with all of our heart, all of our soul, all of our might. Don't forget to love your neighbor now as you love yourself. All glory, all praises, all kavod to Yah. I'm Jaden Israel. Until next time, shalom, fam.